Hey guys, today we're going to do balancing chemical equations, the practice sheet number 1, but question number 5. Now this is a little bit different than the first 4 that we did. The first 4 we had the unbalanced skeleton equation there and we just had to balance it. Well, this one here we have to write out what the equation is using the nomenclature that we've learned. And if we didn't get to that, I'll give you the equation or the formula for that particular compound. So we're going to start off. Here is our word problem. So it says nitrogen plus hydrogen produces ammonia. So we have to go ahead and type down here. We're going to type in our hydrogen. We're going to add to that go back. We're going to change that to nitrogen. And we're going to add to that our hydrogen. Okay, and that's going to yield ammonia. And ammonia, notice that I put in there that ammonia is NH4. We haven't talked about that. It's also called nitrogen tetrahydride. So we're going to put in our ammonia. So we're going to put NH and then R4. And what are we really trying to do? We're trying to calculate our molar ratio. Okay, so we have to go ahead and we have to put down what elements we have on each side. So if I go down and move over here, we're going to have nitrogen, and we're going to have hydrogen. Now, there is a couple things that we have to talk about. And the first thing is any element by itself, we have to look at it. And I have two elements that are by themselves, not with anything else. We have to say, are they diatomic? If they are, we have to make them diatomic. So let's go ahead and look at the periodic table. So I have the periodic table right here. And if you remember what elements are periodic table, they make a 7 on the periodic table. So there are these 3 right here, and these ones right there. That's 6 of them, and hydrogen. Okay, so we're going to get back out of that. So we have hydrogen plus nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Those are 7. Hopefully you have them identified. So let's go back to the question. And we have nitrogen. So nitrogen is diatomic. So we are going to give it a 2. So is our hydrogen. So we're going to give it a 2. And so there now is our balanced chemical equation. Okay. So let's go ahead and put in the elements that we have. I have, on this side, I have 2 nitrogens. Okay, and we're going to go back, and I have 2 hydrogens. Okay, on this side, we have 1 nitrogen, and we have 4 hydrogens. Now, where did those come from? Well, here's the 2 for nitrogen. There's the 2 for hydrogen. I only have 1, the subscript. There's only 1 for the nitrogen, and for the hydrogen, there's 4. So that's where those numbers came from. So they do not equal on any of them, but we have to know that all this side has to be equal. So we're going to change our nitrogen first. So let's go ahead and put a 2 right there for the nitrogen. So now I have 2 nitrogen. So we're going to change this to a 2. But what did I do for the hydrogen? I have 4 2 times, so now I have 8. So I'm going to go ahead and back over to the hydrogen on the other side. I already have 2 nitrogens, so we're good. So I have to change my coefficient right here. Remember, we change coefficients, not subscripts. Subscripts gives us a different compound. So what times 2, since I have 2 of them, equals 8, and that's going to be 4. So we're going to go ahead. Now we have 8 right here. Okay, so now I have 8 hydrogens on each side and 2 nitrogens. So let's double check it again. So I have 2 nitrogens right here, and I have 2 nitrogens right there. I have 8 hydrogens right here, and this 2 times this 4 right there for the hydrogen equals 8. So now I have a molar ratio. So what is my molar ratio? My molar ratio is 1. Remember, I would put a 1 here, okay, for that compound, for nitrogen, because if there's no coefficient, there's always there. If it was 0, then we wouldn't have that there at all. So it's going to be 1 to 4 to 2. So that would be my molar ratio, 1 to 4 to 2. I always ask the question, can I reduce this number? I cannot, because I have a 1 that's as low as it's going to be. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bold it, and we're going to highlight it. And there we go. There's our molar ratio for this compound of nitrogen plus a hydrogen producing ammonia. Hopefully you understood how to do this. Hopefully it helped you out. If not, remember, when you get into Google Meet or in class, ask if you don't understand how we got certain things. Okay, we can try to explain a little bit better then. And as always, that's it. Nelson out.